Told us about a new system to monitor patients and to keep patients out of hospitals. How does it work?
Okay, so what the system we've developed does is it takes data streams from the new generation of biosensor data, as well as other things like human observational data from the patient, the loved ones, the caregivers, and it amalgamates those data, and through complex event processing engine and machine learning algorithms that we deal with on the back end, surfaces the sickest patients to disease management companies whose role in life is to keep the sickest people out of hospital and hopefully keep the people as healthy and well at home for as long as possible.
And how much money is this going to save?
The idea is that this will save billions of dollars. In the US, the problem is about $250 billion a year is wasted on admissions and complications for the sickest 5 kind of disease groups entering in hospital. And our system is squarely aimed at reducing that to an absolute minimum.
And can you give an example for the diseases?
Yeah. So the 5 main disease categories that we are focused on today are congestive heart failure, COPD, that's chronic lung disease, complex diabetes, cancer, and the 5th is the sort of consequence of neurodegeneration and dementia, which is the risk of falling.
And how do the patients monitor those dates, or how are those data monitored for the patient?
So depending on which disease group you're in, and a lot of people move from one to another or have multiple conditions, a economical set of biosensors and data streams are elected for those groups. So let's say I'm looking after 50,000 people with COPD. It's a different set of devices to 5,000 with CHF and diabetes, for instance.
Can you give an example? How would you monitor the COPD patients?
So with COPD, we would be measuring at home with a respiratory flow monitor, drug compliance by a wireless pill box that analyzes what you're taking, activity, which normally today can also kind of measure sleep, but the next generation, they're coming out next year, will be much better at monitoring sleep. So steps, activity, posture and sleep, and weight as well, which is another important pre-marker. But we mustn't forget also the sort of the passive biosensing that goes on from observations from loved ones and caregivers. So the mobile phone, us being able to communicate to the network of loved ones and caregivers, and sometimes to the patient themselves as well, is also an important sensor in effect for us.
How many patients will we keep out of hospital in 5 years with this?
We need, whether it's us or whether it's whoever, we need to keep millions of people out of hospital. In the UK, it's probably about 3 million. In the States, it's probably about 15. In the rest of Europe, it's about 15 million. And that causes 75% of our healthcare burden. And that we really need to do something about it for everybody. Obviously, there will be a group of people for whom we can't do anything. And those people we pre-select out of the program. There is no point pressuring people who are inevitably going to be coming into hospital, whatever we do, to wear things, to step on things, to, for their loved ones and caregivers to have an extra burden if we can't do something about it. But what we're already quite good at today is learning to identify those people who we can impact versus those people that we can't. And it's of the population that have got complex chronic disease, who can we impact are the ones we need to concentrate on.
Thank you very much.